G'day ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? Scotty49 here with you once again for another installment in the Wargaming Highlights series. Now, this video, I'm giving you the battle report from a recent game that I played with Ryan, who is playing Blood Angels, and we were playing a 2,000 point Nephilim competitive game. Now, it was great to be able to bring out the Deathwatch and play the army again, and I'm slowly getting back up to competitive speed with them, and it's great to be able to show you guys how that is progressing as well, and how it goes into one of the more superior sub-factions of the Space Marines at the moment, being the Blood Angels as well. Now, I just want to take a moment to thank everyone who has recently subscribed on the channel and has been enjoying the content. I really hope that you have been getting a lot out of it. I do a lot of educational style content on here, and I hope that you're learning a lot through that, or enjoying some tournament games or some battle reports as well. But ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another battle report, and today we are playing 2,000 point Nephilim mission. We've got Ryan joining us. How you going, Ryan?
Howdy. Great.
So we've got the Deathwatch playing up against the Blood Angels today. So I'll run you through my 2,000 point list. Many of you guys will actually know what's going on with the list. So we've got the captain, that is the Warlord. He's got the Rights of War, Warlord trait for that 6-inch aura of objective secured. He also has the Dominus Aegis for that 6-inch aura of 5-up invulnerable save. We've got the Lieutenant down there as well, who's got the Voikram pattern Auspicer relic that gives +1 to hit against fly keyword units. Then we've also got the Master of the Forge, who has got the Tome Vector Clades, as well as the Brilliant Strategist Dark Angels Warlord trait to be able to buff a unit back into a previous doctrine. We've then got 3 identical Proteus kill teams. We've got 5 shotguns on the veterans in each squad. Then a Vanguard vet with Lightning Claw and Storm Shield, and 4 Deathwatch bikes with chainswords. We've also got the 5 Incursors in there as well. We've got 3 Redemptor Dreadnoughts, which one of them is currently fallen over because it's in pieces, and I just blue tacked it together this morning. We've got the infamous double Volkite Relic Contemptor in there, as well as the 3 Suppressors. So it means I'm starting on 1 CP before any pre-game stuff there. And that is my list. So Ryan, do you want to run through your list for us?
Sure, just a quick run through. So I got Dante here. He's got his heroic bearing. Nothing too special about that, just 3-inch plus to his aura. I've got a Sanguinary Priest here. He's got the Death Visage relic, which will remove the objective secured from his army.
Yep.
But I've also got Rights of War, which will give my elites objective secured.
Yeah, nice.
Nothing too special here. Death Company, all 1 squad. Up front is the 4 Thunderhammers, and backing it up a bit cheaper is the Power Swords.
Yep.
Still with the -3 AP, which is useful against the Armor of Contempt.
Yep.
Split 2 groups of these guys up, the Incursors up into 2 squads.
Yep.
To drop them in different places. Same here, split these guys up to a 10-man unit of Sanguinary Guard, all with the swords and the bolters.
Yep. And
just 9 spear change here, 9 with the assault intercessors, and same setup as what Scott's got here with the Redemptor Dreads.
Cool.
And dropping in a bit later will be the Plasma Inceptors.
Yeah, the 5 Plasma Inceptors, definitely tricky guys there. And the kit that we've both got our Redemptors is the Plasma Incinerators, the Onslaught Gatling Cannon, Stormbolters, and Icarus Launchers for 195 points. Massive loadouts there. So in terms of our secondaries, Ryan, do you want to walk through what you've decided to pick for your secondaries?
Sure. Let me just open it up. So first off, I've got Blades of Sanguinius, and I'm going to challenge my Dante against his Tech Marine, because I know his Tech Marine is going to be backing up these Redemptors, which are going to be a bit of drama for me, I reckon.
Yep.
And so off that, if my Dante, first off, if I kill him with any model, I get 5 points.
Yep.
If he's killed in melee, I get 10 points, and if Dante kills him in melee, I get 15, and he loses a command point.
Yep.
I got engage on all fronts, and that's because, I have a jetpack army I can get there.
Yep.
And then I've also got
Retrieve
Nephilim armor data, because I'm going to be in those quarters anyway.
Yep, sounds good. So for myself on this table, I've chosen to go with Oaths of Moment, so I'm wanting to get within 6 inches of that center. I'm wanting to kill a character or a vehicle every turn, and I'm not wanting to fail any morales or fall back. I've taken also Retrieve Data, so I want to get into those table quarters to be able to score those points over the course of the game. And then I've taken Grind Them Down, so I need to kill more units of Ryan's than he has killed of mine. Now, we will also be playing on the clock that will be set to 1.5 hours for each player. To walk you through the mission for this one, it is table quarters deployment with 5 objectives. It is score 1, score 2, score more. We only get our Battleforge CP if our Warlord is still in the battlefield at that point in time. And also the extra objective here is Corrupted Ground, where so you get 4 points if you hold the objective in your opponent's deployment zone. You get 2 points if you hold an objective in no man's land, and you also get a loss of 1 point if you do not hold the one in your deployment zone as well. So really interesting mission, wanted to test this one out. But yeah, we'll start off to roll off to see who actually gets to pick deployment sides first. So got a 5. I'm pretty happy with my side, I'll be honest. So I'll be in this table quarter over here. And I will deploy first. So we'll come back to you guys once we have finished deployment. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so we have just finished deployment for turn 1. So as you can see, it's table quarters. We've both used our incursors to get into no man's land, with Ryan getting 2 of his units into each of the table quarters, and then my 1 unit being down here. In terms of my deployment, we've got some veterans on the objective and in the back here. The suppressors up the top. 2 squads of the bikes with the Vanguard vet on the sides there. In the center, you've got the Dreadnoughts with the HQs there, so the Marshal of the Forge, the Lieutenant, and the Captain, as well as another unit of bikes on that right-hand side as well, all ready to go. So Ryan, do you want to run through what you have done with your deployment in the center?
Yeah, well, pretty much just blobbed them in the center. I plan to use Forlorn Fury on the Death Company to get them out front early, and then just 2 dreads on each end to sort of absorb some of those hits potentially. I got the Assault Intercessors up front. They're probably just going to sit back and hold this. And the Sangari Guard are going to get ready to charge in and do their magic if they need to. Yeah,
for sure. Well, we're about to roll off, so we'll get the handshake on camera. Good luck, Ryan. Let's have a good game. And let's see who gets first turn. I get a 5. Oh, the Blood Angels get it. Nice. Blood Angels will be taking first turn. Let's see how this goes, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so we've just finished Ryan's turn 1. So do you want to run us through what happened this turn for you?
Sure. Pretty basic. So I kept a fair bit of stuff back because I want to wait for him to come forwards because I just don't want him to die so early. Got my Assault Intercessors, 5-man of Sangari Guard, and Dante sitting back for now. I drove my 2 Redemptors forwards, placed them there, moved 1 unit of Sangari Guard and Sangari Priest over because I want to try and get up that side. I used Forlorn Fury and then moved, so a 24-inch move to get around his incursors on that side and took them out with Thunder Hammers and Power Swords. I also shot 1 Redemptor over here with both dreads. I took 2 mortal wounds because I overcharged them both. But we got a good result out of that, I think.
Yeah, massive trade there, taking rid of one of the Redemptors turn 1 and getting rid of the Incursors as well. Really important thing for me. That's probably a bit of a misdeployment on my side of things, to be honest. I could have maybe deployed them a bit better, having known with Forlorn Fury. But, you know, you live and learn. So now we're going into my turn 1, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty, chat. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, I should say, not chat because it's not live. We've had a bit of a misplay from me in terms of my secondaries, so Grind Them Down and Oaths of Moment are in the same category. So I've actually had to swap it out for the Long Vigil. So it means that I need to keep Ryan outside of my deployment zone instead. But for my turn, what we managed to do is just move the bikes up. We consolidated the dreads in the center there, moved the suppressors as well, and then also up in this top right-hand corner, we did also move the bikes there also. So then we were able to kill one of the Death Company veterans. We managed to kill the Redemptor Dreadnought that was right there, whilst also getting 6 inches onto the center objective. We put some pain on to the other Redemptor as well, and then also the Incursor squad up the back there did get killed down to a man, meaning that I do take that objective off Ryan. So yeah, really busy turn 1 for me. I'm currently down to an hour and 8 on my clock, and Ryan's down to an hour 10. So we'll keep on going from here and see how we go, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty, so we've just finished Ryan's turn 2. So Ryan, do you want to run through what you've done for this turn?
Okay, so I did my movement. I advanced my priest over here, my Sangari priest, so that I could buff these guys with objective secure, even though they're elite.
Yep.
Just moved these, flew these guys over, advanced into here. Didn't have much luck, killed one.
Yep.
Which is not that great for Sangari Guard, I don't think. Failed my charge roll on these guys, going into the dread that did get wiped out.
Yep.
Thankfully for in my shooting phase, pumped all my shots into it.
Yep.
And then charged my Death Company into it with the hammers, and then just finished it off with the power swords.
Yep.
And it blew up. It actually blew up.
Yes.
And did a lot of wounds to himself.
Yeah.
I lost one guy out of it.
Yep.
I advanced these guys over here to get this objective.
Yep.
And that's more or less it.
These guys up the back here did...
They're just chilling out.
Yeah, and they did retrieve data for you as well.
Yep.
And then we also had the Plasma Inceptors come in, shoot into the veterans that are right here, but didn't really do too much in terms of damage.
A bit underwhelming.
Yeah. All right, so we're going into my turn 2. Ryan did end up scoring 10 points on primary that turn and 2 points on engage. Got a retrieve data done and no Blades of Sanguinius yet. Currently he's got about 45 minutes left on his clock. I've got just over an hour, so let's see how we go. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so we are done with my battle round 2. Really big turn. So the Volkite Contemptor went ham and managed to kill all the Sanguinary Guard that were protecting Dante. The bikes put in some firepower onto Dante, doing 2 wounds, which was great. The Redemptor, with some tricky stuff, managed to kill 4 out of the 5 Death Company veterans that were sitting there. However, Ryan took away some casualties very wisely away from the captain and the lieutenant that also charged in. Meaning that there is 1 Death Company alive there. And I believe they ignore morale as well.
Not 100%.
We'll confirm that in a second. Up over here, the Vanguard vet and the bikes are still surviving and holding that brick of Sanguinary Guard up in that quarter currently. And then we have also engaged the Plasma Scepters with another unit of bikes, with the Deathwatch veterans advancing up there to try and get Nephilim data in that quarter. Speaking of Nephilim data, we also put the reserves from the 5 veterans up in the back corner, and they did score Nephilim data for this turn, putting me on 4 points for Nephilim data. I did only score 4 points on primary, which means, and 2 points for taking this bottom objective here. So 6 points on primary, 3 points on oaths. Last turn I did not get within 6, but I used my consolidation to get within 6. 4 points on retrieve data, 4 points on long vigil. And so now it is over to Ryan's turn 3. It's going to be really interesting to see how the rest of this game develops, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so we've just finished Ryan's turn 3. So do you want to run us through what you've done this turn?
I'll do my best. It looks like, to be honest, if you take a look at the last time you had a freeze frame last time, not much has changed, except I failed a charge roll with Sanguinius to get, Dante to get
into the Tech Marine, for Blades of Sanguinius.
And
a bit of wiffle back combat, pretty much.
That's it. Everyone's in combat, which is not too bad because they're trying to lock some of these guys up. It's a shame that I can't fall back and shoot, but I've just left them there because if I fall back, I'm just going to get shot to shit anyway.
Yep.
But maybe next turn. Might fall back and just try and run away a bit.
Yeah. So we've got the Vanguard vet is still surviving up in this top corner up against the Sanguinary Guard. I'm not sure how much longer he'll last. We've tied up those Plasma Scepters up there. We did kill the lone Death Company that was here. And then we've just got the bikes tied up. And then it's kind of a bit of a Mexican standoff up here with the Assault Intercessors up against the Veterans. So it's going to be interesting going into my turn 3. We have both got around half an hour left on the clock. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so we just finished my battle round 3. So again, the Sangard did take a bit of a pounding from the Volkite Contemptor because the Vanguard vet fell back, losing me 1 victory point on oaths. The bikes and the Plasma Scepters traded 1 guy each. The veterans are sitting there ready to go for next turn to do Nephilim data if they are surviving. Dante is alive on 1 wound. The Redemptor had to go in to try and finish him, but he made all of his invulnerable saves. And then we've also got the bikes going in the Vanguard and the Vanguard vet going on with this Incursus combat, still going alive. And we've still got the veterans up the back here that I have not moved. I'm probably not going to touch them for the rest of the game, to be honest, just to conserve time. I'm currently got 20 minutes left on the clock, and Ryan has got 24, so we'll see how this goes going into turn 4, ladies and gentlemen. So we've just finished turn 4 for Ryan. So do you want to run us through what you've gone through in this turn?
Yep, not too much. Biggest thing I've done is fallen back with these plasma receptors.
Yep.
Just because they're locked up in combat here. I'm hoping that Scott won't be able to get to them up there. Again, my priest has given these guys objectives secured.
Yep.
These elites, so there you got that one. Assault Marines have this one up the back.
Yep.
I've just lost a unit of
Incurses.
Incurses.
Yep.
And yeah, I've lost Dante to
The Redemptor.
But there's not too much happening, to be honest. Not too much fighting. It's more running and holding objectives.
Yeah, which is really important at this stage of the game. So going into my turn 4, this will be really interesting to see what I can achieve. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so we just finished battle round 4 for the Deathwatch, and it was a pretty decent turn. The Redemptor Dread was able to move on to that objective, still being in aura ranges and such. The bikes down here were able to consolidate, and then we had the Deathwatch veterans here, moving fully into that table quarter, ready for next turn. Over here, these veterans were able to complete retrieve data for me. The Contemptor was able to kill 2 of the Plasma Inceptors, which was nice. And then the Redemptor that was left managed to mop up the remaining Sanguinary Guard, and then in combat, the Vanguard Vets and the bikes killed the Sanguinary Priest. So it's going to be really interesting as there's only the Inceptors that are left and the Assault Intercessors on that backfield objective. So let's see what happens in turn 5. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so we've just finished battle round 5 for both myself and Ryan. Nothing too much really to happen. The Plasma Inceptors came down, shot at the Deathwatch bikes, and went into combat on Ryan's turn. Didn't do too much there. And then we just resolved that combat. I did, just resolve these guys from moving over 6 for retrieving data, which they automatically get. Didn't do too much else. So at the end of the game, in terms of points, Ryan scored 36 total on primary. I scored 40 points total on primary. I ended up scoring 11 on oaths, 12 on retrieve data, and 12 on long vigil. Ryan scored 6 points on engage, no points on blades of sanguinius, and no points on retrieve data either, for a 75 to 42 point game. And Ryan? Let me get this going.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks for the game.
Thanks for your time. Learned a lot.
No worries. Glad you learned a lot. We'll do a bit of a debrief after this as well. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the battle report, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty, everyone. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this nice, short, sharp battle report with my game with Ryan. It was great to be able to see how the Deathwatch do fare against other Space Marine sub-factions, and the Deathwatch did manage to pull out quite a convincing win in this game. But obviously I'm still getting back up to competitive spec without playing for a couple of months here. So I'm still learning and remembering a lot of things that the Deathwatch have at their disposal and being able to make use of that. And so it was really good to be able to get a game in and be able to play at that level. We did also play on a chess clock, which is one of the first times I've personally played on a chess clock. So it's a really good experience to be able to play on that and start learning how to utilize that, making sure you're swapping time and everything as well. Now, if you did enjoy this video, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit that like button. If you've got any comments about the game or these format videos in general, let me know down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, so you're going to be notified as to when we're releasing content here on the YouTube channel in the future. And if you want to talk about any competitive gaming or hobbying or anything along those lines, feel free to come and find me when I'm live over on Twitch, where I do stream on Tuesday mornings and Friday nights, Australian Eastern Standard Time, where we do hobby sessions, live games from time to time, and I do travel to cover the Australian tournament scene in the southeastern parts of the country. And if you do enjoy this content and you want to financially support everything that I do here on the channel, feel free to check out my Ko-Fi that is linked down in the description below. You can sign up with various membership tiers, you can purchase Scotty D49 merchandise, as well as also give a one-off tip if you feel like doing so. However, no pressure at all. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.